Hey, it's Cindy. I'm sitting out in the woods, quite literally. I have my laptop sitting on the ground, and I'm out here. I was going to dig up some leeks for the recipe that I have in this edition of UnBox Your Kitchen Newsletter. And I thought I'd take a moment and, well, kind of show you what's out in my woods. Let me see if I can grab the camera piece and not try and make you too ill. Kind of show you, well, what's around. We've got lots of trilliums that are in blossom and other wildflowers. And I gotta move my knee. And those are wild leeks. In the grocery stores, you can buy leeks that are, excuse my hand as I'm trying to maneuver the camera back. In the grocery stores, you can buy leeks, but they're going to be relatively big, and that's not what you want for the recipe. What you're going to want, oops, let's put this so it's kind of cool that I can see what I'm recording at the time that I'm recording. And yes, I'm in the dirt right now digging. I thought I would show you about what the size of the leeks are. Because you don't want to get too many for this recipe or too big of leeks. This is what the bulbs look like. They're they're pretty small, but of course, just like with any other kind of onion or garlic, you know, the recipe calls for a certain amount. I always go with what tastes good to me, or what is going to be acceptable to the guests that I have, because, well, sometimes I like more garlic than others do. Um, so when you're doing recipes, you know, go with what's your flavor, what is, you know, fits your palate. You don't always have to, in regular cooking like soups and a lot of your stovetop dishes, you don't necessarily have to follow the recipe to the T. Baking, however, if you're baking like cookies and cakes, because there's a certain chemistry that makes it rise and bake or be crunchy or soft or whatever, those you tend to, it's always a good idea to follow those by the recipe, or if you've been baking long enough, you get to learn what the chemistry is that makes the the recipes work. Again, it's a beautiful May afternoon. I'm enjoying the sunshine. I'm going to dig up a couple more of these leeks, wild leeks from my woods, and I will be inside in a few moments and I'll show you, well, how I'm going to make the leek and spinach soup. All right, see you in a few seconds. I wanted to show you that when they come out of the ground, of course, they're going to be pretty dirty. So what I do is I just place them in a bowl of water. And just like a regular onion, they're in layers. So I pull back that first layer and again rinse them off in dirt, or in dirt, rinse them off in water to get rid of the dirt. And then I cut off the root end. And with this recipe, you're going to want to take off the stalk as well. Whoops, and I'm trying to figure out where I can cut this so that you can see it. Not there either. Okay, this is all kind of, there we go. See, I had cut off the roots and taking off the end. We're going to set that there. Again, peel off that outside layer, remove the dirt. And let's see if I can get this on the camera. Cut off the roots, set that off to the side. And then again, we're going to cut off the stalk. For this recipe, how I'm going to cut them is going to be into rounds. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those and get this ready for the recipe. And because my house has very poor lighting for videotaping, I'm going to go ahead and do the prep work, and I will take a few snapshots in between as I get the recipe started and going. And that way you can kind of see what the progression is.